All right, all right. It is Miss Sophia the Diva on the Diva Disturb on BFAM 109.6. Hey, I forgot to give it to you guys, but if you want to call in and connect and be really part of the conversation, you can definitely call us at 678-383. Whoa, 4378. I'm getting good. I'm starting to remember numbers again. Because, our smartphones keep us dumb as hell. Okay, because I don't know anybody's number. I was proud today. I knew my boyfriend's number today. Praise God for small miracles. Okay. Anyway, when we left off, so at the top, we talked right off the top about Wendy Williams. We also addressed the Jussie Smollett case. If anyone wants to comment about that, feel free. I will definitely be able to talk to you about that. We also talked about the Mueller report and how I'm very much concerned about Attorney General Barr's summation of it, okay? Because I want to see the full report. I want to know what it is that kept Mueller from crossing the line allegedly. And I'm going to say everything is allegedly because I don't trust Barr. He's part of the regime that is currently leading. Tell you another thing that's very disturbing about all of this is the fact that people were saying that, somebody showed a video. A video was going around where it was like everyone should be concerned about Trump supporters. Because one woman said she never thought in her lifetime she would see a dictator. Huh? He is not a dictator. He tries to be a dictator, but he is not a dictator because we are a democratic republic. A lot of people don't realize that. It's kind of has, checks and balances. That's why we have two houses, the Supreme Court, and then we have the presidential component. So just so everyone understands that we are not in a dictatorship, okay? Cool.
Lisa Eaton says, thanks for keeping it real. It's very refreshing.
Well, thank you, Miss Lisa, and thank you for joining the conversation. Okay, I'll tell you somebody else. So we're talking about life and crime. Baby, look. So Trump had some trouble when he first got into office. Of course, he had trouble since he's been in existence. But Michael Avenatti, does that name sound familiar to all of you? It should, because he represented Stormy Daniels, a Trump accuser, accused of sexually abusing her, amongst other things. Okay, maybe anytime that man touch you, it should be considered abuse. Okay, because look, those little hands. Ugh. My producer is laughing. I can't stop laughing. And so, anyways, there's also a question in Michael's case. How far is too far when attorneys go in to negotiate on behalf of their clients? Okay, because he is now been charged with embezzlement and trying to extort $20 million from Nike. Federal prosecutors say that the former Stormy Daniels attorney threatened to release damaging information about Nike if the company did not meet his demands. Whoa, bruh. Like, what? And keep in mind, Michael Avenatti is kind of like becoming a Gloria Allred, only he actually goes to court or actually does stuff. Because all I see Gloria Allred do is get up and stand next to her client and say, we're going to get them. And I ain't seen nothing yet. But, shout out to her for staying the course all these years. But anyway, he also represents R. Kelly accuser as well, okay? He just trying to help all the ladies that have been wronged by these grimy Paul Me Too men, okay? So, talk about petty and funny, because I'm going to tell you something. The practice of law, my ethics professor when I was in law school told us a long time ago, she said that lawyers, unlike doctors, will throw each other under the bus any opportunity they get. R. Kelly's attorney is petty as hell. He told Michael, no hard feelings. I'll be more than happy to represent you. I'll help you out. I'll help you out, lawyer to lawyer. I was like, that is so petty. Because he's not actually going to help him, right? But, I don't know, but he's also in trouble for wire fraud. Let's take a look. This is coming from HuffPost. Federal prosecutors in LA say Avenatti embezzled a client's money in order to pay his own expenses and debt, as well as defrauding a bank by using fake tax returns. He faces 2 felony counts of wire fraud and bank fraud. Now, it was reported not too long ago that he recently did file for bankruptcy as well. So, yeah, he's in some hot water for that. What else is happening? According to a criminal complaint filed by the Central District of California, Avenatti negotiated a $1.6 million settlement on behalf of his client, but gave the client a bogus settlement agreement with a false payment date. He then used the client's money to pay his own expenses, including putting money towards his coffee business. Oh, Lord, what is you doing, baby? You can't be doing that, baby. Now he's also been charged, since this report, in New York as well, for trying to extort $20 million out of Nike by threatening to release damaging information about the company if it did not meet his demands. I'll go take $10 billion of your client's market cap, he told attorneys. Now, apparently he was being recorded, but didn't know he was being recorded. Now, I don't know in New York if it's legal. I know in California, you cannot record anyone without their permission. Okay, I'll have to look up what New York's law is. Apparently, it's viable because they're using it to indict him in New York. So, attorneys just have to tread carefully. We all make, from what I understand and from what I've seen with the attorneys that I've worked under, the negotiations can get pretty intense, but that sounded like he was just like, I'm just going to go full-fledged Dirty Harry on y'all and just blow y'all out the water. So, tread lightly, Godspeed to him, honey. You out here trying to save these women, but you can't even save yourself, baby. And some of y'all need to stop living under, you need to learn how to live under your means. I've had to learn that the hard way too. It ain't easy, but you can't afford that lifestyle. And that's disturbing because attorneys do that. I have a classmate that I was in law school with. Dude was super duper smart, did the same thing, duped some 90-some-year-old woman out of over $500,000 in real estate, another $400,000, I think, just in personal assets, because he was supposed to be her estate attorney, working on her estate and making sure everything was in order. And, falsified documentation and took her money. So, just be careful who you are. And attorneys, some of y'all, people think that we all supposed to be, if you went to law school, you got a law degree, you should be making a ton of money. Baby, I just got my nail net statement. Okay, it says I owe them $2,500 a month. I don't know where that's going to come from, but they ain't going to get it because I'll be back in school next semester. So we'll be.
Doug Dowdy is trying to listen to you while he's bowling league in a bowling alley.
So what is Doug have a comment that he just trying to?
Doug says, you got how you were. You look beautiful today. Finishing up my bowling league, trying to listen, but it's a little bit noisy.
Doug, I just appreciate the fact that you're making an effort to listen to a Diva Disturb. I appreciate it. Enjoy your game and bowl long. Bowl long.
Diva don't bowl, Doug.
I don't. I do it for fun. I do bowl for fun, but it is very tragic when I first start. I have to get one good game in to get that wrist in action and the thumb. Okay, the thumb. Okay. So anyway, that's all I've got for our criminal report. Oh, I take that back. That's not all I got about our criminal report. So here locally in Atlanta, if you are from Atlanta, you know that the Southwest Atlanta area is basically going through a major gentrification. I'm praying to God in the next 12 to 18 months, I will be able to also purchase a home over there. I have a thing for brick homes. I do. I love brick houses. I know that they're not in fashion anymore. But for me, I want a brick house, and the best place to get it is over there. It's what they call SWATs, Southwest Atlanta. Well, honey, some man twice this week. And this is another thing. We talked about this very disturbing subject just last week. Why do we need AK-47s to defend ourselves? Or maybe we shouldn't even be allowing them into the states, period. Because this dude that went and shot up an apartment complex not once, but twice this week. So y'all be safe out there, people. You know, when Well, there's not a Whole Foods or Trader Joe's out there just yet, but trust me, it's coming because I know when I move over there, we better have a Trader Joe's. Gosh darn it. Okay. Although Techwood does. Yeah, Techwood has one because it's over there off of, what is that, Moreland?
Is that close enough?
That's kind of close enough for me, but I always feel like I had a friend. They used to say, I always ask people, how close is the nearest Trader Joe's before I come over to your house? I'm just like, you are so wrong for that because Trader Joe's doesn't build just anywhere. Like when I was in California, we had, it used to be called, it was a store called Fresh and Easy. Unfortunately, went bankrupt and they closed. Best food ever, prices were fair, whatever. But Fresh and Easy would build anywhere. They felt like every neighborhood. But Trader Joe's, they ain't coming to count. They weren't coming to Compton, honey. They weren't coming to South Central LA. Or excuse me, South LA. They were barely in Inglewood, but technically that was like Manhattan Beach or something. But it kind of was Inglewood. But okay. But either way, my friend had that litmus test. But y'all be careful out there in Southwest Atlanta. That's disturbing. I hope that they're able to arrest this man and, get that under control because that's ridiculous that you can't even go home. You can't grocery shop. You can't do anything without worrying about getting shot. And I was thinking about that. That's another disturbing subject as I go off on a Diva tangent, as I tend to do on this show. But I was driving to church, and in Decatur, they've also seen a mass surge of gentrification, but still some areas are still kind of sketchy. And I was wondering, I was like, how is it that we continue to allow young people to gangbang and tag our homes and our fences and stuff like they don't own anything? Okay, like what is going on with that? Like big mamas and aunties, y'all need to set up and pay attention. But anyways, we will be back, and we will be back to give our reality TV update. Okay, are y'all ready? I'm Miss Sophia the Diva. This is the Diva Disturb on BFAM 109.6. I won't waste your time, regulation. Hello, my friend. I see you back again.
I tell you that while he's bowling, he has thrown you up 17 funny laughs. He's got that boy rolling at the bowling alley.
Diva is doing good. Hello to my people on Periscope. Nice to see you all. My people on YouTube, I don't see anyone, but I do have people.
You got your YouTube back up?
Yeah, it came back up.
Right.
I had to just exit completely out and copy paste.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not going to come up. We are live.
I want to shout out my first advertisement for the station. Got a guy that wants to shoot a commercial for him. That's another thing. Like you got businesses that want this, we'll shoot commercials for you too.
Okay.
It's like the commercial will run like right now. They'll be running instead of the radio commercial. We'll run a video commercial in your live feed.
Okay. I like that.
Mm-hmm. And we don't even charge for the video either. We just charge flat for the advertising. All y'all out there watching the Diva Disturb, you want her to stick around, keep on sending them dollars. If you got a business and you ain't got no commercials or advertising, holler at us. We got lower thirds, we got reads, and we got videos. We'll come to your business locally and shoot you a video, 30-second to a minute video for your business where it runs live in the Divas show during their breaks. 1 minute.
Oh.
What did I tell you radio now when you went to 35,000? You go up another 1,000.
That's what's
we went
up.
33, 34, and now we're at 35.
That is awesome.
It's like 35,003.
That is what is
We're going.
Okay, let's see. What did I say I was going to do? Reality TV. I'm flying through my subject.
I see you back again. Heaven of mystery, don't bother to explain.
What is up, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Sophia the Diva, and it is a Diva Disturb here on BFAM 109.6. I, honey, am Miss Sophia the Diva. I will say it again, okay, because I want y'all to understand. And we are here. If you want to be part of the conversation, feel free to call in. We're here for another hour, just waiting on you to call and jump in on the conversations, okay? Lord knows there's a lot going on in the world today, and we need to talk about it. 678-383-4378 is the number for you to call in. Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up? My friend Johnny just commented in. He asked, is Chicago MAGA country? Johnny, you know good and hell well it ain't. It's Obama land, okay? Let's get it right. I mean, well, Chicago is. I can't say the same for the rest of Illinois. That's what people fail to realize, y'all know. How it is, we live in Atlanta and we think Atlanta is Georgia because it is the capital and it is the Hollywood of the South, okay? So, yeah, there's Georgia and then there's Atlanta, okay? But either way, it is time for my favorite segment on the show. I hope that some of my girlfriends are listening because y'all know I get excited about my reality TV. I don't give a damn what people say about how they look like they exploiting our people or whatever. The shit's funny. Okay, I'm sorry. It just is. It's entertaining to me. And if people actually think that there are some people, not all of us are alike, and we need to stop. We need to learn how to not categorize each other as being alike just because we share pigment. Okay. But either way, y'all, it is time for Miss Sophia the Diva's discussion on not one, not two, but three of my favorite and beloved reality TV shows. Real Housewives of Atlanta. We will talk about that briefly. We're also going to talk about Married to Medicine LA, one of my new reality shows I'm actually in love with. And baby, they are back. They came back last night. 2 hours of nonstop craziness from our favorite hip hoppers. Loving Hip Hop Atlanta. Mona Scott, sometimes you don't do right, but you know what? You got this. This season is interesting so far. But from the top, let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta and Nene's, oh my God, my husband is sick and he doesn't pay attention to that. And Eva is broke as hell, okay? So Eva is happily married. What a lot of people fail to realize in this whole episode, do y'all know that her baby daddy, Kevin McCall, is batshit crazy? Okay, first of all, he is bipolar. He don't want to get help. That's why she left him, because he was beating on her in front of their child. Okay, that's why he left. That's why she found her a nice man. You know, she tried thug love and found out it wasn't good love. Okay. So now she got with Mr. Michael Sterling, who is an attorney who ran for mayor at one point here in Atlanta. And just an all-around, seems like an all-around nice guy. And so her bridesmaid, if you remember, she had a bridesmaid that brought in all those dresses in one of the episodes to help her find her 3 dresses for her special day. This bridesmaid, since she has gotten married, has decided to turn on Eva. And Eva now realizes maybe she really wasn't a real friend at all. That's disturbing to me. Let me tell you something. When you stop being my friend, for whatever reason, no matter how dirty it is, your secrets stay with me. And this girl called Marlo Hampton, of all people, to share Eva's supposed dirty laundry. She basically said that Eva and them are broke. The reason why they stay in and out these different houses under people's names and different false identities and all this stuff is because she's broke and, you know, her car got repossessed and they living in that house is just a roost. They really stay in a raggedy house and just all kinds of stuff. And so Marlo has Nene and Tanya over listening to this. This is someone who was a bridesmaid. And then later we see Eva talking to Candy about, you know, moving. Of course, Candy, I don't understand why she's moving from one rent house to the next. That just doesn't seem economical to me. Okay, well, Candy Moneybags, it may not make sense to you, but the lady is always on the move. Okay? Because a crazy baby daddy don't adhere to a piece of paper called a restraining order. And let's be real, those restraining orders really are not helpful. I watch enough ID channel to know that the police don't do anything until after you dead to the grave. Okay, basically, or they set you on fire. We've seen several stories of that. So I just thought it was very appalling that Marlo, of all people, would be the recipient of this supposed tea about Eva. And then Nene was like, well, Eva respects me, so I'm going to designate myself as the spokesperson to tell her. Okay. So I'm just like, who died and made you like, the person to be able to tell all this, right? So, needless to say, Tanya, who I love Tanya, if you ever watch this, please, 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 can we hang out at some point? I feel like in my mind, you are my new best friend, okay? Because you handle everything with style and grace. And no matter what, you always have this bubbly personality and just a positive disposition. So when they had Candy's OLG 2 opening, which, by the way, again, somebody else said the food wasn't that great. And when they went in the restaurant, they didn't smell anything. So that's not a good sign if you don't smell good cooking. So I don't know. It smelled good to me in the original one, but I'm just putting it out. But if y'all want me to go try it, y'all feel free to send me about $30, $40, and I will definitely go and check it out and taste the food for you and let you know on the next Diva Disturbed. But they have a party for the grand opening, a soft opening, and Tanya takes Eva off to the side and explains to her what happened. And Nene got mad because it was me. It was supposed to be me. It was supposed to tell. Who told you to go tell? Why you believe it? Because you know why? You would have done it right in front of everybody. And unlike you, Tanya took her off to the side and told, that's how you do stuff, Nene. That's how you do it. Okay. You don't sit there, somebody, and then even when she was confronted with the Tanya, but still, well, you told me that someone said something bad about you. Eva got up and left, and you know what? I love her husband. Her husband was right. I'm calling my husband. Come get me. He was right there, baby. He was right there, honey, to get his new bride. Y'all can't. But let me tell you something. Like Eva said, weddings and funerals will bring out the worst in people. That's when you find out who your true friends are. Okay? Because if you get married, some people might feel some type of way. They happy, but they ain't happy because they know they might be losing you. Let me tell you, I have several friends that have gone on and gotten married and have children. I don't hear from them as often as I used to. You know what? That's okay because they found their bliss. Get over it. Okay? Eva said, I loved her like a sister. Girl, you'd be surprised how many people you can love like a sister and they will turn on you and bite your hand. I've had friends that have done that to us. They weren't even friends. They were just so-called friends. So it's okay, Eva. You just keep doing you and take care of your family, your husband, and screw the haters. And Marlo, you are foul, okay? And then you get on Instagram and try to defend your trash. It's trash, and you're not going to get a peach. You know why? Because you have a felony record. That's why. Andy and them are not handing out peaches to felons, okay? Is the Portia lucky she still got one, which, by the way, so they showed the preview of Portia's gender reveal party, which is going to close out. Her and Cynthia's storylines are going to close out the show this season. She went back there. She was like, this looks like a barbecue. This does not look like a carnival. And the party planner was like, you're right. And I was like, so basically you hired Pookie Man to come in here and set up your stuff because, honey, this is not your vision. We don't know what this is, but I think it turned out right. She was looking so smirky in her blue hair and white. And so, I'm just like, girl, what happened? But we also want to send out a special congratulations to Portia Williams and Dennis McKinley because a Pilar McKinley is here. That is their baby girl, baby PJ. Okay, she came in this weekend. We haven't seen a picture of her just yet, but I'm sure we're going to get some fabulous pictures. And that baby's hair is, Eva put it, is going to be echo laid. Y'all know that echo gel lay down anything, okay? Although I had to get me some Gorilla Gel because that stuff works wonders on the Diva's edges. Because my edges fight, they be fighting, and it's very disturbing or something. Okay, my producer over here laughing at me. He don't understand the struggle of a Black woman and her edges. Okay, all right. So that pretty much was it. The other thing that was disturbing about this episode is Nene talking to Greg about how she don't appreciate how he treat her. And he even told her, he said, babe, I'm sick and I don't know sometimes where these emotions come from. Because, sometimes I be thinking I need to get a divorce from you. And I'm like, how you going to divorce a sick man? I mean, he's sick, Nene. She is so selfish. But no offense to my friends that are, but I've dealt with the Sagittarius most of my life. And yeah, some of y'all can be a little extra on the emotions, okay? But anyways, we are getting ready to go out on break. I want y'all to join this conversation, 678-383-4378. We're going to go out, but we're going to come back and talk about Married to Medicine LA, okay? I'm Miss Sophia the Diva on BFAM 109.6, A Diva Disturbed. Get into this bipolar sunshine. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Thank you, Banana Republic. That's how about the song was played in Banana.
So my question about Real Housewives in the break here, what ever happened about that shirt ripping?
Well, they suspended her the next show.
Well, they
suspended her first show because she gets 200,000. Word on the street is she gets 200,000 episodes, so she had to set that out. And what else happened? I honestly just don't feel like Nene. I think Nene's time on the show is she needs to go.
You think like this year?
This is it. I think this year.
This is it. The Nene is gone.
I mean, if whatchamacallit's capable of doing it, it's way too much drama. It's very disappointing.
Good drama though.
But bring Kenya and Phaedra back. If Kenya wants to come back, and I am not a fan of Kenya because I feel like she lies for no reason, no reason. But she also brought the drama in a good way. Who else? Phaedra Parks just needs to come back. Phaedra needs to come back with this one.
She's just wrong.
She is wrong. The man got stage 4 colon cancer.
People like that wrong.
But people like it, but at the same time, it's just totally like
that's not cool.
This time it's in poor taste. It's one thing when she be like, now if Greg wasn't sick and she stirred up drama some other way, we would be more forgiving. But this time it's just like
she's trying to make you hate her, makes her more popular.
It's like, and I know Nene is not a bad person. I've met her once, only once. But I have this thing about when I meet people, if I get a good vibe from you, it's okay. And I have people I immediately meet, I'm like, can't.
You get a good vibe from me?
Yeah.
I'm a Sagittarius.
Yes. You're not female.
I already understand that. I understand that.
Oh,
I already knew where that was going.
Drama queen. Oh my God.
That's what I understand. When you follow the horoscopes, how come it's so different between men and women with the same sign?
Hormones.
Come on,
testosterone versus estrogen.
Man, it's got to be something different than that.
We have actual cycles.
We cycle?
No, y'all don't.
Yeah, we get on one once in a while. Get on, ride around the block or something.
Not like us. Us, it's like, oh my God, I'm bloated and I hate myself. I want to die. That's how you feel. Like, ladies who are out there, listen, tell me, does your cycle not make you like the week before? First of all, you want to eat every damn thing. You can get your hands on like you got munchies like a pothead. And then on top of that, you have these ebbs and flows of emotions where you can go from 0 to 100 Like I have to watch myself when I'm in a corporate setting because if you catch me on the wrong day, something could come out of my mouth. And it has cost me before. Because I have said things like when I was in my early 20s and was trying to manage my emotions. I said something and I was like, after it came, I was like, "Oh my God, where did that come from?" Because I've never been like that, but I've, as a young girl, you learn that sometimes your period is taking you through changes, and people say don't blame it on that, but I'm serious. And like the other thing is, I can sleep for 48 hours straight if I wanted to during that time. That's why I said whenever I designed my company, I could. There have been times when I've slept for 14 hours, like especially if it's during the weekend and it's during that time when it's about to be that time, I will sleep. One time I fell asleep at the desk at work. I was so out of it. And that's what I had talked to my doctor about. She gave me some natural herbal remedies. I said, yeah, I get so sleepy to the point where I would just fall asleep. Like narcolepsy kicks in.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
Safe for them.
But when I started my company, more vacation days for everyone.
I'm going to flash the lights a little bit.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Get into that bipolar sunshine. That's pedestal, y'all. Y'all need to learn about that, okay? This is Miss Sophia, the Diva. We are here on BFAM 109.6, 678-383-4378. Call in. Let's have a conversation because right now we're on reality TV right now. And we are moving on to my other favorite show on Bravo, Married to Medicine LA. And I have to sigh real quick, y'all. Ooh. Asha, baby, you getting on my nerves. You need to learn. Here's the thing I have to realize about Asha. Asha and Dr. Noel have been friends since childhood. Apparently, Noel has always been the outspoken one. Their friendship kind of reminds me of an old friendship I had in junior high with one of my friends, Misty. Misty was my pit bull. Now, mind you, I am 5'11" now, so I don't know how tall we were then, but let's just say I grew to be 5'11", she grew to be 5'2". She defended me all the time because I was scared in junior high because kids would pick on me. For whatever reason, I was tall, I spoke proper English, I had a big gap at the time. I got it brought in. That's why y'all don't see a big gap. All this stuff, and my skin was horrible, so they used to call me Giraffe, which is why now I love giraffes because that's my spirit animal. But either way, off on that tangent, I think that's what Asha Noel is, because she always has Noel speak for her. Like, Noel, are you just going to let them say that to me? I'm like, girl, no, you stand on your own and defend yourself against this bully, Shanique, who's like a chihuahua. And y'all wrong, too, Dr. Noel, for calling Shanique Miss Piggy, too. Okay, after you just sat there and was crying about your daughter having problems with dolls, when I honestly don't think it's your daughter that has problems with dolls, we concluded, me and the Twitter community concluded that it has to do with whatever school she's going to. And this week you said that this school that she's getting ready to go to, it's not going to be, it's not going to be a lot of people there that look like her, which is nothing wrong with that because I grew up going to school in predominantly white schools up until junior high, honestly. And in college, it was predominantly white. Like Black people on campus, we were just happy to see just a Black person. I mean, there was a non-athlete. I'll put it to you that way, because there was a lot of us. It's just that it was a lot less non-athletes. So we always had to bond together. So, and then in the previews coming up, we see that Dr. Noel's daughter is having a really hard time adjusting to this new environment. It almost is reminiscent of Tamika's daughter on Southern Charm, New Orleans, if you remember that show. I hope they bring it back. It doesn't look like they're bringing it back, but I always like that show because, number one, the cast members like to interact with me from time to time. So I appreciate that. And Tamika would always give me the tea. Okay. But back on subject. So Asha is still upset about Shanique and her husband having her husband's ex-girlfriend there. But the problem is this, and Shanique said at the table, I told her. So it was up to her to decide whether she's going to come. Now, as an aside, people who don't understand reality TV, it is a production. Even though you do invite these people into your lives, you are sometimes contractually obligated to attend certain events unless your life requires it. Like the doctors don't always have to attend something, but like their spouses, what are you doing? You're not out here saving lives and cutting on people. You can come to the party. And I think that's what happened. But Asha basically tried to say she was surprised that the woman was there, but you knew she was going to be there because Shanique told you. And even at the end of the episode, when they were having this round table, what was it, Truth, Trust, and something, that Dr. Imani put together. And y'all know I love Dr. Imani. She's this big, tall, Amazonian, chocolate skin, bald headed, beautiful woman who's a psychiatrist. And she said something about Jasmine's husband. Now, if y'all follow me on Twitter, you can go visit my Twitter. I did post a picture of Jasmine and her husband, so we know what he looks like. Okay. But Dr. Imani concluded that the house looked like a drug dealer's house. And I was like, it sure the hell did. It looked just like Scarface. Okay. A bunch of cars, not a lot of furniture, and big ass space. And so Jasmine learned about this through her bestie, Shanique. She's like, my husband is a doctor. He's a content. He has a lot of practices. And da, da, da. But here's what I caught last week that I didn't comment on, and somebody else pointed out this week on Twitter. They said that, did you notice that Jasmine said her husband goes to bed at 7 p.m. and is up by 3 a.m. to go to work? But then when I saw the picture of him out on the beach in Greece, I realized maybe he gets up that early to go to the gym. And maybe he's also a personal trainer, in addition to being a psychiatrist. Baby, that man got some nice abs. You don't look like a psychiatrist, not in the sense that we would think of as he ain't no Dr. Fraser Crane, okay? That's a good looking man. So, I mean, I don't know, to each their own, but what I didn't like about Jasmine was that she's smart. Just because she just hating on us for having a 90210 area code, okay? She live in Studio City. Let me tell y'all something. Studio City is nothing to scoff at, okay? It is a great place to live. If I could have afforded to live in the Valley, and if I wasn't working in Long Beach, I definitely would have probably been living in Studio City, Van Nuys, or somewhere, okay? Because first of all, I thought I was supposed to be in Hollywood anyway, and that's where all the studios are and the auditions are most of the time. But I just really didn't like that. But was Dr. Imani wrong for saying that to Shanique and Dr. Britton about Jasmine's household? The weird thing about all of this is the fact that none of the ladies have met her husband. That's weird. How is it that you know someone and have never met their husband, and he's also a doctor? He ain't coming to none of the medical association meetings and conferences. Like, what is you doing, baby? But I mean, you never know. Maybe he got family money. Maybe he hit the lotto and nobody knows. Maybe he showed up in a screen mask, and decided to pick up his lotto earnings. I don't know. We don't know. But needless to say, Dr. Britton is still on struggle because her husband refuses to move to Orlando. At this point, I'm starting to wonder if Dr. Britton's husband is even on board with moving from Florida to California. And don't get me wrong, I respect his reasons because, number one, he does understand real estate, as he does have a successful real estate practice. But my thing is, you can get a nice house in California. It's just going to cost you more than what it would in Florida. Okay? So, I mean, maybe nobody wants to live in Compton, but you get a lot of good property. It's going through gentrification. South LA, Inglewood. But if you want to live out in the valley, what is that? Gora Hills, Northridge. My friends, I don't know how much they paid for their house. I never asked her, but they bought this huge house. Well, it wasn't that. It's not that it's a large house, but the property was huge. Like they had a pool house, a pool, this nice cabana. It was really, really nice. I don't know how much they paid, but it was in Northridge. So you might want to look at Northridge. And I know they ain't clocking they ain't got no $300,000, $400,000 a year job. Okay, so some kind of way they were able to pull that off. So just letting you know that might be some Long Beach, Belmont Shore. Somebody else I know bought a very nice house out there, but I want Dr. Britt and them to be together. That's what I want because I want them to be happy. And by the way, y'all, please, please stop asking, what is Dr. Brittany? She told y'all that her mama black, her daddy white. She just really, really light and look like she Puerto Rican. Okay, that's what it is, you know. And her husband, they team light skin apparently, because he looked like he a white man too. They Creole looking is what they are. The babies are cute too. So there you go. But I think that's all I want to cover. We won't get to see the rest of the table talk that Dr. Amani put together because Jasmine was acting really, really nasty. A fight broke out at the table between Asha and Shanique, and Asha will finally even concede. Yeah, Shanique did tell me. Well, then why is there even a problem? Why is there even a problem, Asha? Why? Oh, she's the actress on the show, honey, but she is annoying me. I was trying to be there for her and like her, but when you up here spreading falsehood, I'm just like, girl, you knew she had told you that. But either way, moving on. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let's talk about colorism. Let's talk about Mimi getting shot at, and let's talk about Stevie J basically thinking that everybody should revolve around him on his short yellow bus. Okay, we'll be back with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta right after this break. BFAM 109.6 and Diva Disturbed. I'm Miss Sophia the Diva. Okay, I'll do that. And then.
You think Mariah had the receipts?
Who?
You think Mariah had the receipts?
Mariah who?
Mary Madison?
No. I don't think she had anything. I think she was just
That's the last thing I remember from that show.
Well, this one is LA. I didn't watch Married to Medicine Atlanta for a long time. I watched it the first season. It was turned.
Why I'm not really you guys.
Well, this one,
LA?
This is brand new. This is the first season.
You watch LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch it on.
I watched that one too. I do watch Married to Medicine, the original though. But it's my.
I'm sitting there going, why? Where the hell did you get all these fucking people?
I go to Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie's my OBGYN.
What?
Yeah, Dr. Jackie's my OBGYN.
No way.
Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah, that's my OBGYN.
I feel like I know you, but I don't know you that way.
Yeah.
I know Dr. Jackie.
I like Dr. Jackie.
I have friends, bowlers that use Dr. Jackie as well.
She's good.
I mean, Dr. Jackie's like famous, but like with smaller people too.
Yeah, but she's
must
good.
Be good.
She's good.
She must be.
She's good. And she was just, I like her bedside manner. I like her. I like her team too. Like, they're really good people.
Dr. Jackie, we need a check.
Yeah.
There ain't no way we're going to say all these good words about your ass without no check. I mean, you're still good. Hook your Diva up with some co-pays.
And I'm your soror too. But we're sorority sisters.
Nice.
We just, but I just, when I go in there, it's not, I don't ever mention anything about the show or anything. I don't think she even knows who I am. Because like sometimes when we're on Twitter and she's interacting, she'll respond or like or whatever. But I don't think she knows who I am.
Good. Your schoolmates. Schoolmates are always friends.
Oh.
You steal her man once?
Yeah.
Okay, check. You all right then? That's the only reason I can think. If some guy stole my girl in high school.
She's so tiny.
She's really small.
She's so tiny. But she got to be strong though, because she would deliver new babies.
I'm saying. She know her for JJ.
But I knew I wasn't going to Dr. Simone. Dr. Simone scared me. I'm like, I don't know if I want you to touch me. Huh?
Big old things.
But not only that, she just loud. She loud the house. I'm like, we all inside. We can hear you. Girl, if we don't,
look at her hands.
I be feeling bad for
Big
her.
old sworn knuckles.
I love this to see, so I be feeling so bad for him. I'm like, God bless you for dealing with that. Bless your heart.
That is, she sounds like good sex. Talks about that.
Plus, she be withholding it, from what I understand.
4 years.
Was it 4 years?
4 years. Well, what he complained. He complains that been 4 years.
They probably had been. They finally just started.
How you gonna be a doctor and not have sex for 4 years? Well, you know what's good for the body.
If you had the product, I could have shown you what she's been doing for 4 years. Okay.
My bad.
Shout out to Starship for supporting the Sophia the Diva. Y'all going out there and
we'll talk about
patronize.
that in the next segment here.
Where are they? Where are they on Windy Hill? I'm gonna go by there one day.
Windy Hill and South Carolina.
One day I'm gonna put together a show about Diva Tales, and then y'all gonna find out some stuff from the book. Diva, yes, in the middle of the night.
I went there to pick it up, okay, and there's an ambulance out front. So you're laughing with me, right? So I'm thinking to myself, who tried to use something? Old guy went in there and had a heart attack. That's all I know. That's all I said.
Don't be going to the adult novelty shop if your heart ain't right.
You got a weak heart. Don't be going there looking at big
Lord, not everybody can handle it. Oh Lord Jesus. I hope he okay, Lord. What is up, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Sophia, the Diva. We're on BFAM 109.6. This is a Diva Disturbed. Welcome if this is your first time here. I think for you guys, if you want to join the conversation, because right now we're on our reality TV segment, we can be reached at 678. Oh, Lord, my mind is going blank. Help me out, producer. 678-383-4378. I'm getting it. I'm almost there. I'm going to memorize this number. So when we left off, we have decided to talk about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Off top, once again, Carla Red got a man, and she got a real man, y'all, and she engaged to some man called Mo or Arkansas or somebody. I don't know, but either way, I wish her all the best because she said she don't want to be a hoe no more. When she first came on the show, she was with Benzino, and then she was with somebody else, and Life Jennings, and now some other little short man that needed to let go of his hair last season, and now she with this sexy man who can cook, and she just love him with her Carla Red looks like a damn flamingo with the butt injection. She need to let that shit go. This is not a good look. But either way, Mimi being shot at in her garage in an in-home invasion. She goes out to take the trash, and I guess maybe while she was taking the trash out, the intruder must have gotten in that way. And so her daughter and her are the only ones at home because Stevie J has married Faith, and he has moved to LA. And her girlfriend, Ty, she took a basketball contract to, Israel. Is where she's playing basketball in Israel. So it's just her and her daughter. And so that's very scary that someone would shoot at you in your home and try to take your BMW. Like, it ain't that serious, people. Just take the car. You know, it's not like Mimi had time to run in and get a gun. By the time you hotwired, she could have ran off with it. You know, Spice, the queen of dance hall out of Jamaica, you know, she's a beautiful, beautiful dark-skinned woman, honey. She's got skin like, I don't know, it's like kissed by the sun, just beautiful skin. And this girl feels like, in her mind, she has decided the reason why her career in America is not going where it should be is that she needs to be teen white skin. So she went and consulted one of Atlanta's finest dermatologists, and she told her she wanted to get skin bleached. And the lady immediately told her, I think her name is Dr. Talaferro or whatever her name is, but either way, I'm going to be making a point to come see you because I desperately need a dermatologist. I went to one already. I didn't like their bedside manner. But she told her we're going to have to do a psych eval. That's a good doctor. And she said we would do it on anyone who wants to make such a drastic change in bleaching your skin. And Spice got offended. And she started to say that I am crazy. I am not crazy. You know, she just got really hostile. But the guy who came to see her perform basically was just telling her, we need to change your look. He didn't say your skin tone. Spice, maybe you do need to change your wardrobe and your look. That's all he was saying. He didn't say go bleach yourself. So then she decided to do a song on colorism and did a full makeup look. But when she was saying, what people kept saying, but she didn't do it though. She didn't do it. But I was like, y'all didn't catch what she said. She's willing to do it to make a point. Because the doctor was telling her that people that bleach themselves, they're at risk. Your organs can be damaged. You're at risk for skin cancer. all this. And she was like, what? I see everybody out here looking good and they don't seem, they're all successful and they are okay. And I'm just like, they look like they okay, but people pretend well, okay? And why put yourself at risk? Don't be an idiot. Like I look at my girl Lil' Kim all the time and I weep for her because I thought Kimberly Barnes was a beautiful girl. She didn't have to do all that. Now she looked like some confused Asian black lady. I don't know what's wrong with y'all out there. Then on top of that, what else is going on? Scrap Delion is out of jail, and I thought this was terrible to find out that his mother kept for secret years that his dad was actually alive. And what's even sadder about the Karen King, Scrap, Sass, whole family dynamic is that thank God in some ways that they didn't know anything about the father being around, because turns out the father had a daughter around the same time Karen had Scrap. She's the only one that can get him out the halfway house to come visit people because she's the only one without a felony record. I said, that's a damn shame. Y'all need to break the chains of that family curse, okay? Don't nobody need to be going to prison like that, okay? With Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, that was 2 hours. That's the gist of it. Stevie J has Eva meet Faith for the first time. Mimi is upset. I truly believe that whether people want to concede to it or not, I think that Mimi was upset because Stevie put a ring on Faith's finger and not her finger, which lets me know that you're not all that secure in your relationship with Ty, because I think in some ways maybe you were holding out hope that Stevie J and you would get back together. I could be wrong, but based upon your visceral reactions, that's what I'm getting from you, Mimi. But you know, it was inappropriate, Stevie, for you to let Eva meet Faith without letting Eva's mother know that this is what was going to happen. It's co-parenting. That's what it's called. And don't expect her to uproot her life just because you moved, okay? But either way, let's move on to, did you know? Oh my God.
I have a question about,
yes.
about hip hop. Do you think Keely and Pachi gonna get back together?
I wouldn't get back with Keely. Keely is messy. They didn't even show them this season.
Oh, yeah, they're coming back.
They coming.
Yeah,
oh, that's what I wanted to say real quick. So y'all know there's a new chick on there, Pooh. So Pooh and her husband have an open marriage. And apparently Carly Red was part of the open marriage. And now Carly Red is trying to distance herself from that relationship. But from what Pooh said, honey, it sounds like Miss Carly was yelling in the canyon and tooting the flute. Okay, that's what I'm. And if y'all don't know what that means, y'all need to just inbox me. Diva will clarify what I mean. Google it. But yeah, so that's interesting. But I find it real interesting how Carly is now so self-righteous and stuff because she done met her a real man. A good man. And now she don't want to be around her friends no more. Okay, Pooh talking about, I heard you have an engagement party. You didn't invite me. And I'm just like, girl, what is you doing, baby? Okay. Anyway, that's all I've got for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. That's a brief synopsis. I don't know if Tommy's going to reappear. Tommy Lee is still in and out of prison. She done beat up a child in school. Look, we all want to have a confrontation with our bad acting children, but you don't do it at the school. You don't toss her in a locker. What you do is you take her home and, handle that. But now you might be going to prison for that, okay? But did you know? I don't think I brought this up to you guys, but I'm excited about it. Shout out to Kimora Lee Simmons. Oh my God, my favorite jeans on the planet next to Darion are coming back. And that is baby fat. If you are a tall woman with curves, you got a small waist and a big butt and hips, baby fat was it. The only problem I ever had with baby fat was the fact that the thigh area would rub out. So Kimora, when you make those, please make sure you make them with reinforced thigh areas for us thick in the thigh girls. I'm a size 12, 14 sometimes, but either way, my thighs rub together. Okay, so I need you to create some friction barrier because we pay too much for those jeans. So yes, David. David's got nothing for me because he doesn't understand the struggles of being a thick in the thigh woman. So either way, with our baby set. So shout out to her. Her and her daughters are relaunching it, and I think that's great. There was a company here in Atlanta that I was actually going to try to model for it one time, which was PZI jeans. That's another brand of jeans, but they went out of business. So I don't know if they're coming back or what's going to happen to them, but if they come back, I definitely would recommend PZI jeans as well, because that's a good brand too, and they didn't wear out. So maybe Kimora can acquire whatever it is that they have. I'm just saying.
How would you reinforce that area?
I have no idea, because nowadays jeans are made with that 1 or 2% spandex in it. So I think that's part of why it is. But my Calvin Kleins don't do that. My Levi's do it. They do it. But my Calvin Kleins don't do that. So I don't know what Calvin Klein doing. Maybe they double stitch. I don't know. I don't know. But those are brands. Oh, and 7. I wear 7 too. Those are good ones. But I really, number one, I wish Beyonce would bring back Darion. Those jeans were good. And Baby Fat. Apple bottoms are truly for full-figured women. I remember I could just take off their jeans without even having to unbutton them, because I'm not a true plus-size woman. Like I have a waistline. I'm not full. I just have hips and butt. But either way, y'all, and in my Say What Now segment, Black people, I need for someone else to just look, you're black, Daniel Caesar. You're just black. Ooh, who would have thought you'd so loud? I can't sing, but y'all know what I'm saying. So last week, the blogs were on fire because Daniel Caesar, or Caesar, however you pronounce his name, decided to get on Yes Jules podcast or whatever it is and defend white people and asking why black people mean to white people. Why are white people calling the cops on us all the time just when we're breathing? They're walking down the street and breathing. That's suspicious. I mean, I'm just over it. Like, and here you are. And I love somebody on Twitter posted talking about, white people who say they have that one black friend. Daniel Caesar is that one black friend right now. Okay. So, it's just like, okay, what do we do with this? And where do we go as a black community? Because like you have, and I'm not all that vested in him. Like I like that one single that he had. His album, for me, quite frankly, put me to sleep. It made my head hurt after listening to it. So he only had that one song, and that song with her. That's it. Those are the only 2 songs I really care for. So, Daniel, baby, we are not being mean to white people. We just want to be respected. And it's not all white people. I have some very good friends that are white. I'm not their only black friend. But it just baffles me how, and I think sometimes when you get people like Omarosa, Stacey Dash, those Ookie and Dookie Bump twins, what's their name? Silk and Diamond. When you get people like that, Ben Carson, I think that sometimes something that the black community did to them, or they felt like if I align myself with this particular set, I can be accepted by society. And that's not how it always works, because you're going to always be the first one that they spit out and throw away to the wolves. So, all right, y'all, it's that time for Diva to ask y'all for some. All right, I got money, but I got bags, but no money. Okay, I'll tell you that I got some nice bags, but I got no money. So anyways, as you know, A Diva Disturbed is supported by sponsors, advertisers, marketing, that type of thing. But we also ask for our listeners to also support as well. So I do have Cash App. It's Diva1977, or if you just want to support the station, it's BFAM 109.6. You can, find us on Facebook and Instagram for BFAM 109.6. But if you want to support A Diva Disturbed show, Cash App me at Diva1977. All I'm asking for is everyone who sees this video to just give $1. That's it. And with me having over 1,000 and some people on Facebook as friends, almost 1,000 people on my follow page, 300 and some people just on YouTube alone, subscribers, and Instagram, I have like 20 some hundred people. It just seems to me that $1 would make all the difference. So Cash App Diva 1977 and give that dollar, and that would be wonderful if you could like totally do that. All right. So anyways, we'll be back here in a minute. This is BFAM 109.6. I am a Diva Disturbed, Miss Sophia the Diva. Yeah. Oh, it's more?
Look at that ass.
You know what?
Yep, I do.
We got to get you. You can't hear me. All right, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Sophia the Diva, and we are back to take us on out of the show, basically. We've got 15 more minutes, which means we've got 15 more minutes of talk time, babies. Yes, Buttercup 678-383-4378 will connect you to Miss Sophia the Diva, or you can just drop your comments down in the chat sections. We're on all platforms except for I know we're not on Instagram because I can't figure that out right now. And I'm a little special when it comes to that, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. Okay. But either way, my producer is always laughing at me, but y'all know I'm goofy as hell. Or as my boyfriend always says, you're goofy ass. So I'm just like, I can't help it. Yeah, so we talked about Love and Hip Hop. We talked about Daniel Caesar. But let's also get into some of these documentaries. What is the Diva watching? So over the weekend, I didn't have any books to report this time. We're going to do what is Diva watching right now. What have I watched? Y'all, there's a lot of disturbing things that have gone on in this world that I didn't know anything about. I had heard about Elizabeth Holmes, the founder of Theranos. HBO had a documentary come out this weekend called The Inventor, Out for Blood in Silicon Valley. Elizabeth Holmes put a lot of lives in jeopardy, not only the health of other people, but the livelihood of other people, which is a risk you take when you join a startup. But who would have thought that she was getting low down and dirty and doing the things she did? And she talks like this. What we're doing here is very revolutionary. And you know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of Vera. Jim Carrey's character from In Living Color. Remember Vera? Eat your heart out, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Very good. Damn.
So either way, basically just to give y'all a quick premise about it, because I want to talk about 2 more shows that I watched real quick. But basically, she came up with this concept of a finger prick instead of us having to get the veins hit for blood when we go get our blood test, right? And don't get me wrong, it's an ingenious idea. And had it actually functioned and worked properly, it could have been revolutionary. But y'all, I think her name is Patricia or Dr. Pat Gardner at Stanford University, was a professor who has had a very successful career of inventing things and starting businesses. She talked to Elizabeth and finally even she had to say, girl, that ain't gonna work. And you know what? You ain't listening to me. I said, I was looking at this woman's face. I said, I want to know her. That would be my home girl right there. Because she had this, like she's being like all educated and proper, but I know in her mind, she was like, this bitch crazy. She did not know what she, girl, if you don't get out of my face. But she said, I'll find you somebody else to talk to. But her and her man, honey, this Indian dude, Sonny, they for years got all these different millionaires and successful minds to invest in this company. Get this, former CEO of Wells Fargo, Dick Kovacevic, Henry Kissinger. She even got Paul Robert, look, I'm talking about Paul Robert Kraft. I still can't get over how he that old and got bless his heart, child, because maybe he was just lonely because his wife dead. Y'all excuse me, my allergies are bad. Who else? It was somebody else. She didn't get Sir Richard Branson though. Couldn't get one over on him. But it was just so many people, and you're like, that makes Betsy DeVos. That's the one. Y'all know she was Secretary of Education. Don't know shit about education, but whatever. So this is how, and I said, I would love to meet these millennials who are able to dupe these people out of money. I'm just trying to get money for my radio show, and I can't even get people half the time to donate for that. So I'm just like, how is it you get people to give you millions and millions of dollars for something that I think is revolution? I mean, people were talking about how disastrous it was, blood cross contamination. It was just, she even duped Walgreens. Walgreens got Walgreens to buy in, okay? Either way, y'all need to check it out. It's on HBO. Also on HBO is the case against Adnan. Since the taping of that documentary, his trial was denied. But here's the deal. Baltimore, go ahead and admit that y'all botched this case and let this young man go. He's 35, 36 years old. He still can contribute to society. His parents are old, and they would love to see their child come home. So I really don't believe he did that. If anybody killed Hae Min Lee, it was probably her current boyfriend or even his friend Jay, because Jay was jealous of Adnan because Adnan was good friends with his girlfriend and he didn't like that. Plus, Jay's two friends. Now, Jay is the one, his name is Jay Wiles. He was the one who the prosecution and the police got to basically lie and make up all these things about Adnan being here and there and what they did, including burying the body. Okay. So his two good girlfriends, his homegirls, they were like, Jay lies about everything. But y'all gonna take the word of him? Okay. Not only that, junk science also got Adnan Syed. The guy who did the cell phone testimony even finally had to say, I messed up and I'm sorry. Part of the reason why your son is in prison is because of you. And that takes a big man to say that. And it's just really, if you want to know more about the case against Adnan, and you haven't, go to Google Play or Apple, the App Store, get your podcast. There's Serial, which was the first one. This was done strictly by a journalist. And then there's Undisclosed. Undisclosed was attorneys, including his sister, who set up and talked about the case and gave you a complete legal breakdown. And the whole time I'm listening to this, I said, this child did not do these things that they're saying that he did. And then finally, to close out, the Atlanta child murders. ID Channel did a 4-hour documentary on the Atlanta child murders. Between the years of 1976 and 1981, children in what they would consider the ghettos of Atlanta, Black children, were being murdered in record numbers. The total children killed were 23 people, but 28 people were actually killed because once they instituted these curfews, people that were out that may have been over 18 that looked like they were still children were also being murdered. Wayne Williams is believed it was convicted. I believe he killed those males. What I do not believe is that he killed the females, and I'm glad that Mayor Keisha Bottoms, shout out to her, is reopening these cases, because what people don't realize in the criminal justice system is this. People were upset because he only got convicted on 2 of the murders out of the 28. Okay. Here's the thing. How many life sentences can we impose on somebody for the same prior act? So he's been technically convicted for all of the people that he killed. To this day, he denies it, but 2 people who survived that time saw him in each case. He came back and tried to kill this dude named Pac-Man brother. Pac-Man was murdered. He was an up-and-coming singer. He was known. And Wayne Williams also pretended to be a talent scout. So what does that tell you? On top of that, one of the other children, Christopher Robinson, one day he insisted upon wearing a dress shirt. And his mom was telling him, no, you can't wear it. Who's to say he didn't want to go audition for Wayne Williams, and Wayne Williams killed him? So people are like, and then of course in the Black community, people sometimes we just have to accept the fact that even our own can be corrupt. Okay. He didn't kill them kids. It was the Klan. The Klan did it. Maybe the Klan did kill some of the children, but the majority. And why is it that when he dumped that body over the bridge, well, it can't per se be proven that he dumped the body, but his car was the only one on the bridge at the time the body was dumped when the FBI staged their stakeout. So, what does that tell you? And he fit the FBI profile to a T. Okay. He was an only child. He was above intelligent. He was Black. They said that he would be able to blend into the community because, of course, he doesn't look out of the ordinary because what is it? He's part of the community. So, but it was disturbing to me how it was handled because I was telling someone, I said it reminded me of how the stories came out about the Grim Sleeper in LA, how the police kind of just like, oh, we don't need to tell anybody that these women are missing because, well, we won't cause alarm. And on top of that, well, they're crackheads and prostitutes, but they still somebody's child, somebody's daughter, sister, cousin, whatever, friend. And kind of that's kind of how the Atlanta child murders were handled until the mothers really started rallying together and really, making noise about it. So I think Wayne Williams did it. He didn't kill everyone, but he killed the majority of those people and was cocky about it. Because it's just like what's his name? Ted Bundy. He kind of was a Ted Bundy in a way. And he even got up and testified on his behalf, which was the dumbest thing he could have done because he showed how angry he could get. Because if I'm prosecuting you, I'm going to hit your nerves, okay? Because I know where your weak points are. You're so freaking cocky. Your ego is so big. So of course I'm gonna start nicking it right then and there. I'm gonna go in for the jugular. Well, I must say, when I was in mock trial in law school, I was very good at cross-examination. I will say that. But anyways, we are about to wrap up here. David, do you have anything you want to bring into the discussion? Because that's pretty much all Diva had. I don't have any books. I did finish My Sister, the Serial Killer. It's good. There's some plot holes in it, but I think it's still a good book. And if they ever develop into a movie, I would go see it.
Let's talk about that guest you got coming up in your next show.
Let's see. He did send me his bio. Mm-hmm. And let's see, it's for April 30th. And let me pull it up real quick because I do not have it.
What's his name?
I forgot.
Nice.
Don't tell me that. Don't be mad at me, Alex. I think I recall it. So I just don't remember his last name. Oh, let's see. But either way, I still need to create Alexander Hutchinson. Okay, he's a comedian out of Tennessee, actually. He's a local amateur comedian from Chattanooga, Tennessee. He's performed in several different places. The Comedy Club, Jacksonville, Stand Up Live in Huntsville, the Punchline in Atlanta. And he's looking to perform. This is one on his wish list. He's looking to perform at the Showtime at the Apollo next year as well. Nice. Good luck to that, because I've been doing comedy since 2011, and I ain't trying to get on the Apollo. Boo! Because they boo comedians as soon as we can't catch them right then and there. They will boo us so bad. That's why I can't do the Apollo.
Fear?
Huh?
You got the fear?
Yeah.
Why?
For the Apollo.
You're funny.
For the Apollo.
Man, you couldn't tell one funny joke in 2 minutes.
I could, but it's still scary because you come out, you be like, hey, how you doing? Boo! But I found out what it is. You know what it is at the Apollo, right? They film those shows back to back to back to back. And if you don't get in early, by the time you get to the tail end, they are irritated. They're just like, boo! Get off the stage. You're not funny. Yoo-hoo. Then your ego is crushed. And that's the end of the story. And
I say you just go up there and tell them about that friction story.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be fine. There can't possibly be anybody telling that story.
I have quite a few things I'm working on in my set,
yeah, you're fine.
Like calling the bill collector because you're bored, and you be like, "What y'all doing up there?" Tell me about a time when you collected. Not on this one because I'm not paying you anything, okay? But tell me about a time when you collected on a big deal. Let's talk about that.
Best phone call I had was when the telemarketer called at Christmas time, like they always do. And I knew it was because it said spam likely. So I swiped it across and I said hello. And I gave it to my granddaughter, who at the time was 3. And I said, Instant, it's Santa. And I went upstairs. I left that man on the phone with her. It was so good because he spoke no English and she spoke nothing but Santa.
Oh, Lord, are you Santa?
Santa, I need to get your credit card number.
Oh, my God. I
Get
love
out of
Santa.
here. Out of here.
All right, well, y'all, we are out of here. I've been Miss Sophia the Diva. This is BFAM 109.6, and I'm a Diva Disturbed. Y'all have a great week. All right, bye.
She's back.